Amy, I can't express this enough. It has to be over.
It's got
I
to be
cannot
over.
hear this conversation again.
But do you think it is?
Knowing Curtis, no.
Good morning and welcome to Love Island the Morning After. We are here today to debrief the recoupling we have all been waiting for. I'm Amy Hart.
And I'm Indiyah Polack. And back in this morning is the lovely Sarel.
Hey!
You know, honestly, I'm not going to get tired of saying that. Every morning, it's a big surprise. I love it.
love being here every morning. Like, it's honestly, it makes my day.
It's been good girl chat.
Good girl
Sarel,
chats.
sorry, last night, how did you find
night.
that?
Such a good episode.
Yeah.
I honestly, I can't be more complimentary. Back to back, great episodes.
Yeah.
Like really, really good. And we got some closure chats. We
Yeah.
got some good speeches. We got our recoupling. So
Finally.
all in all, a good
Yeah.
episode.
Everyone's in beds that they want to be in.
Finally.
Finally.
Gosh.
Belle and Jack on the pull down to the
Oh,
lounge. Bless them.
Bless them.
Now, the most shocking bit of the recoupling was obviously Cher picking Scott. But were we that shocked?
Oh, you know what? I wasn't shocked.
No.
I wasn't.
I was not shocked because, as we always say,
We always say.
F around
And
and
find out.
And it's almost like, I don't know why Scott wants to be tempted so much.
Yep.
Like, if you're letting people know that you're open, like Leanne said, if you're making her matcha in the
Yeah.
morning, green matcha,
Barista of the day.
what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
Hey?
I feel like this is one of the very few times that sort of in this situation where a girl has like sort of stolen a man at a recoupling. Normally everyone is really gunning for the girl, but this time Leanne is saying, you know, you have shown her that you're open.
Yeah.
Like she's
100%.
picked you for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Scott messed up because, listen, he wants to play the games, but now he's realizing, A, there's a possibility she could go.
Mhm.
B, there's a possibility that she's like completely backed away from him and doesn't want to be in this little weird triangle that he's created. And now I think he's panicking, but at the same time, he keeps saying things like, yeah, but I'm still open. Surely you would think that if you feel like this after the recoupling, you're like, damn, I messed up. I'm really sorry.
Right.
I really would just want to be
Yeah.
with you. Like, this is how I feel now. But he's not. He's just kind of like rubbing his eyes and just moping around the
Yeah.
villa. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
What do you expect? And I mean, in an unfortunate way, I still don't think he's ready.
No,
you know,
no.
because we heard him speak to the boys, and the boys were like, you know, did you want her to pick you? He was like, not today. Excuse
What
me.
does that
No,
mean?
I think that means that they have literally had
Yeah.
like 2 chats.
Yeah.
Obviously a few
Yeah.
over at Villa USA, but sort of like in-depth get to know you chats. They've
Mm.
had 2. He's been with Leanne for 3 weeks. I think what he wanted to do was stay with Leanne, get to know Cher more, and then make a
And
decision
see.
once he knew her more.
Mm.
But as he said, this is Love Island.
This is Love
This
Island.
is Love Island. And I think, you know, he keeps banging on to Leanne, look, it's been 3 weeks.
Yep.
But if we just take a step back and
Yep.
we look at all the other couples, everyone is cracking on, really giving each other like words of wisdom. We've got Whitney and Yaman.
Exactly.
Been together less than a week. You know, Yaman's sitting there saying how much he likes her. And
Really likes
it's going
her.
really well. And I think, you know, Scott and Leanne, they should have been miles ahead.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
3 weeks in. So it's not just 3 weeks. It's a big deal.
And I think the crazy part is we're seeing their relationship.
Yeah.
They're obviously experiencing it. But it feels like Scott is trying to tell Leanne that she's acting crazy
Oh, yeah.
for expecting him to sort of make a decision and it's like, no, you're 3 weeks
Yeah.
in. This is very normal at
Mm.
this point.
Also, I feel like it's a real like, no offense, Sarel. I know you haven't been in the Villa.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Um,
zero
but,
experience.
But as someone who has been in the Villa, as have you, it's really hard to explain to people when you get home when they're like, well, you're only with him for like 4 weeks. So
Oh
they're
my
only together for 2 weeks.
gosh,
Why is
yeah.
she upset? They're only together for 5 days. Spending that amount of time
Mhm.
together, sleeping in a bed with someone from night 1,
Mm.
having all that time to talk. So if you've been together 3 weeks, to spend that amount of time together on the outside, you'd probably need to be together for like 18 months.
Yeah.
So it is a lot. And for Scott to not understand
Not to
that,
get
because he
it.
keeps being like, he's like literally like the talking clock. He's like, it's day 12.
Yeah.
It's only day 5. It's day 14. It's week 3. Like, yes, but you know better than anyone what
Yes.
connection you can
Yeah.
build in that time.
He's done it,
So
what, 4
why-
times?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. And also, just to add in there, spending all that time, and then let's just drizzle on the fact that you fancy them. It's like liquid gold.
Yeah.
It's like liquid gold. Like, that
Hello?
never happens.
Right.
I'm in bed constantly with a guy that I fancy and everything's going right.
And
Put it on.
I don't have to go to work.
Put it on.
Put it on.
Put it on.
Like, put the ring on, I mean.
Yeah. For those listening.
For those listening. No, but honestly, like, it is a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what he's doing. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not mad at Cher. Obviously, I'm irritated that it's put a couple that I really like in jeopardy. But
Yeah.
she's doing what she's supposed to do. And I would say, in all fairness, she and Jack had not as much or as less as a connection as her and Scott. It was kind of the same
Yeah.
across the board. So I'm not surprised that she picked Scott.
No.
100%.
She said to Jack, this doesn't change anything. And he was like, yeah, it does. I'm so glad he said that because as much as he did sort of lead all three of them on and basically end up with nothing, he could have been like, oh, okay, yeah, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow for a chat.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you just made me look like an idiot in front of everyone. Like, this has changed.
This is
stuff.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I'll be honest with you, actions have consequences and life is all about a lesson. And Jack learnt his lesson. He should not have been playing three girls.
Yeah.
He should not have been. He couldn't make a decision. You know, when it's like you don't know what to eat for the night and you're just like scrolling on the apps. Like,
And
what
then
do I get?
the restaurant
And
closes.
then they all close.
Yes.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
exactly what happened for him. He didn't make a decision. And there were three girls who all liked him. And I would also argue that there were two girls who liked him more than Cher liked him from what I've seen.
I agree.
So now you feel, a little bit silly and you weren't expecting it, but I, as a viewer, was. So I don't know how he wasn't, but I don't know what goes on behind there.
From special deliveries to shock bombshell entrances, another week of pre-loved with eBay means it's time for the debrief. Love, luxe, and luscious looks were served at eBay's special delivery alongside the finest authenticity guaranteed threads. Jack's Aries jacket took me back to Series 12's Cash and Love Island All-Stars Series 2's Omar, but styled simply with M&S tailored trousers and Gucci loafers. While Scott updated the Evisu tiger jeans worn by Series 12's Ramel with a motorsport-inspired Palace bomber jacket to channel Y2K in the best way. Our gorgeous girlies, Whitney and Helena, stunned in Versace and Roberto Cavalli, while Belle and Sammy went full femme fatale in Jean Paul Gaultier and Tom Ford. But the biggest surprise? Curtis sporting Christian Dior and Lucinda in a Mercy halter-neck dress for a villa-shaking bombshell entrance. Consider me shook. For moments to remember, find your perfect party look on eBay, sponsors of Love Island All-Stars. Sarel, I have a very important question for you.
Please.
You are the OG Scott defender.
I am.
Like, if Scott has one fan, it's you.
It's me.
What happens if Scott and Leanne do get divorced? Whose team are you on? Who are you getting custody of?
Oh God.
Because you did cry.
I did.
Over Leanne and Tommy's
I
little
did.
recoupling speech.
So
and you have to choose. You can't be friends with both.
if I had to pick one, I would pick Leanne.
Yes.
Because, first of all, I'm girl's girl.
Yes.
Secondly, he messed up.
Yeah.
Thirdly, I was really moved by that speech that Tommy did. Not because I think, it was Shakespeare and written to the high heavens, but I really felt everything he was saying for her. And I think we've all kind of been in that position where you feel really embarrassed or like a guy's kind of, I don't want to say led her on, but you think you're in a place that you're not. And then you feel like the rug's been pulled out from under your feet. And then you're kind of just stood there. And I can only imagine what it's like at a recoupling. I don't have the emotional strength for that. I would be on the floor in bits.
Yeah.
So then Tommy saying these really sweet words to, I was just like, do you know what? I'm an emotional wreck. Give me a sec. And everyone, you guys were all like, no, your makeup. And I was like, I can't. So I would be with Leanne, but Scott... Anyway, let me not speak too soon.
I think it's one of those things where
might
Scott
surprise me.
is
They might
going to
get back
learn.
together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's now, this is like the first time Scott has, let's say, quote unquote, lost Leanne.
Mhm.
And, before when she was up as like Lee's favourite girl and she's in the bottom, he didn't actually lose her.
Yeah.
It was the thought, but it didn't happen.
Exactly.
But now Leanne, they're not sharing a bed.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to make him be like, shit,
Yeah,
I've messed up. I don't actually want to lose Leanne.
exactly.
Could you imagine if Leanne and Tommy end up getting together?
Imagine.
Right, after all of that.
And then she, Leanne went back to Tommy and really thanked him for the speech.
Yeah,
Like,
the speech was lovely.
It was so, so lovely, honestly.
Yeah.
And again, I will give Tommy his dues. I'm seeing him grow up before my very eyes. And
Yeah.
every time he can speak or he has a moment to communicate, he does such a good job. So
Yeah, 100%. Team Tommy.
Team
He's a
Tommy.
great
Tommy.
communicator. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of the time, these like friendship couple chats usually sound like, well, you're the last one left, so I'll pick you.
case in point, Jack.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tommy is very like careful about his words
He
and he
is.
does care about how he makes the other person feel
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So Team Tommy.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Bring it up.
Why did Curtis need to be? Why did Curtis need to just clarify where him and Millie were? Did I not say yesterday
You did.
that I don't think Curtis is over Millie?
Yeah.
I don't think he's over Millie, and
Yeah.
he needed that conversation. And Millie was like, I feel like I said
told
this.
you.
Hey, Curtis, I feel like we already had this conversation. God bless Curtis, but yeah, he could not read those signs and they were right in front of him.
Curtis was saying to Millie, look, I was kissing Kira and I was scared that you could see and I didn't, want to upset you in the back of my mind. And Millie was kind of like, no, like, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Do your
Yeah,
thing.
do what you want.
Now that we know that in that moment, Millie was in the back of Curtis's mind,
Mm.
are we now starting to think, does Curtis really like Kira? Or is he just kind of trying to fill a void, fill a gap? Because, his dream girl, I guess, Millie, is unavailable.
I think it was like maybe trying to make Millie jealous. I
Oh!
think he, with peace and love, I think
Mm.
Curtis has been thinking about Millie, okay? He really fancies this girl. He's got a great girl in front of him, Kira, and he's like, I like you, but let me just see.
If I still got a chance.
If, you never know, I might kiss this girl and then Millie's like, damn, I let a good one go. So I think he kisses Kira. They have a very intimate moment. The next day, he's like, so, I just wanted to double check. I just want to circle back.
How did that make you feel?
How did that make you feel when you saw me like kissing that girl? Like, and Millie's like, hey, didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Didn't care. When Kira was recoupling with Curtis, Millie clapped so hard. I was like, do you know what, Millie? I get it.
Standing ovation.
She's like, finally.
But bless him, then he looked quite sort of sad throughout the recoupling. Like, every time the
Yeah.
camera went back to him, he was just like,
Yeah.
even
it
after
was-
he'd recoupled, he was sat there like,
Yeah.
Listen, his feelings are valid.
yeah,
but-
exactly. The
Yeah,
heart wants what it wants, and
exactly.
you can't
Exactly.
change that.
Exactly.
But it must be really hard seeing Millie crack on with someone else.
Yeah.
And you're in
and
the
also-
same
yeah.
villa. Come on.
I mean, he's very lucky that Kira is there
Mhm.
and that they get on well. They're very compatible.
they are.
Because as well, like, I don't think there'd be anyone else for him apart from Lucinda.
Lucinda
Strangely, they're always having a cuddle. The other night I saw.
Guys, no.
No. But the only other person that we've seen him really like cuddle up to,
True,
have
true.
like heart chats with,
It's
has been Lucinda.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the bonding of going in together, but it's
Mm.
just it's always something that I've always been a bit
Yeah.
like.
And to be honest, when you compare, like, obviously not the same, but like Millie, Lucinda, they're not the same, but it's, I guess, the same kind of like S. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope
Yeah.
you guys are not foreseeing something.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know. You never know with Lucinda, you know? You
To
never
be honest,
know.
and you know what we were saying a few episodes ago when, Scott was speaking to her and kind of putting those drips in her area, like, you need to
Yeah.
be careful of Sean.
Yeah.
Who knows if Lucinda is slyly taking that in?
Taking it in.
Because also, really and truly, do you really want to be with the boy who isn't really friends with everyone in the villa now and is a bit on the bad side of the
Yeah.
public? Probably going to be taking his favourite boy crown away
Off,
from him.
Yeah. I also think with the whole Curtis and Millie thing, the only thing that I'm kind of a bit still confused about is like, they didn't really have that much of a deep connection in the time that they were getting to know each other, the 3 days
Yeah.
or 4 days, however long it was. And then Millie goes off to Villa USA. So for him to, I don't know, keep coming back to like, hey, so like, just want to check in, like, oh, are we still together? Like, but where are you? Like, are we still, like, what? And it's just Millie's like, I feel like I made it quite clear. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys think they had something deeper that I'm not seeing?
To be honest, I think it was very surface level, but I guess it can be said they did share a few kisses. I know they weren't
guess.
deep, but I guess to some people, kisses are like, a big step forward. So for him, it's like, well, okay, we weren't deep, but we did kiss. So clearly there's
Maybe.
something there. Is it still?
Maybe it was
But-
the salsa dancing.
Yeah.
And we always said like Millie was very polite the whole time.
She was.
so
and-
polite.
So maybe that gave off the wrong signals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that's it over now? Or do you think there could be another conversation just to clarify
gotta be
once
done.
again?
Amy, I can't express this enough. It has to be over.
It's
I
got to be
cannot
done.
hear this conversation again.
But do you think it is?
Knowing Curtis, no. I feel like
Millie did categorically say, we are friendship.
Yeah, but she's,
But
to be fair, it's the first time she
said
said
it.
She said it.
Yeah.
friendship.
However, I think we're probably going to get another conversation with Curtis, with one of the boys, saying, I really like Kira, but I just can't stop thinking about Millie. I almost know that's going to happen.
Do you think he thinks that him and Millie are going to have a Shakira and Harry style ending and that there'll be like a sad conversation in the dressing room in a couple of weeks?
You see the difference between that, like Shakira and Harry had connection.
Had
They had
chemistry.
chemistry that they just could not pursue
Yes.
and do because
Yeah.
there was somebody in the way.
Yeah.
But then I think he
Like-
thinks that maybe he thinks that
Yeah.
is what they've got.
He thinks Zach is the Helena.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys were Millie, would you be surprised that like Curtis maybe hasn't got the message?
Yeah.
yeah.
I would be maybe looking into what I'm saying because I'd be like, I'm trying to be nice, but how
Yeah.
much more direct can I be
Mhm.
before it starts being rude?
Mm.
But like, even when she was in the beach hut, she was saying like, I felt like I had conversations with him, but now I've officially said we're just friends and I want him to move on. So like, if I was Millie, I'd be like, I don't know how else I can say this. I'd be like, Scott, can you come and help me? Yeah. Scott, can you
Text him
tell
on
him?
the phone.
Yeah.
Ironically, one person that felt that, you know, she really resonated with Millie was Whitney, because she said, I've had exactly the same thing. And I love Whitney.
I
but
love
no,
Whitney.
you
No,
have
babe.
not. Millie has
No.
made it really clear quite a few times. You have not.
I think Whitney just
love
wanted to join in on the
Whitney.
conversation.
You know, the thing is, sometimes in sisterhood, you have to have solidarity.
You just have to agree.
Do you know
You're
what
like,
I mean?
yeah,
Me too.
Like, yeah.
Because Whitney has not been the clearest with Connor.
And obviously, every morning we've had the Connor, Whitney, Yeaman sandwich in the bed,
Yeah.
which has been slightly strange, very throppily. But what I really want to see is tonight, obviously, Yeaman and Whitney are now in a bed. Is Connor going to go and get in with them in the morning?
Ooh,
Right.
Probably not.
Probably
not.
Well,
Maybe.
I was going to say.
You never know.
He was like, oh, I thought we were meeting up for our daily catch-up.
Oh,
Morning
bless Connor.
debrief.
I missed you.
Okay, let's just put something out there. If we were Kira, would you be happy at the fact that, you know, Curtis is still having these conversations with Millie and still, you know, kind of thinking about her? Because one thing that was running through my mind, Kira has no idea any of this is happening. She has no idea that, you know, he's, you know, talking to her and being like, you know, is the door still open?
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy, personally.
I feel like that whole, we were kissing and I was thinking about you in the kitchen that would irritate me so much. Because like,
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
You're thinking about someone else while you're kissing me?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I mean, Whitney did mention, you know, is Kira a rebound? Do we think this could be true?
I don't like the whole rebound
It's a
thing in Love
bold
Island
statement.
because you're there. You need to
Yeah.
be in a couple to not be vulnerable.
True.
And like how they say, like you should wait. Isn't it half the time you've been in a relationship to get over someone?
Yeah.
Which I mean would be like 2 days. But I think you can't wait around that long.
Can't.
It's who comes to the door at what time they
Yeah.
come through
Yeah.
the door. So you've got to strike while the iron's hot. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't agree with the whole rebound thing
True.
personally.
It's kind of like
It's who's there.
who's there? You know, they say what? To get over someone, you got to get
Under
under
the
someone.
hood.
In a nice way.
I don't think she's a rebound. I
Yeah.
think they have good conversations. I think he enjoys kissing her. I think he enjoys getting to know her. But I think in the back of his mind, he's thinking, this could have been Millie.
That's the thing. I think, do you know what? Bless Curtis. He just wants to be sure.
He just
He just wants to be sure. He just wants
Yeah.
to reassurance. Call it crazy, but he just wants to be sure.
Oh, we
Because
will
in
call
that
it crazy. Can I ask?
Yes.
Favorite speech of the night?
Zach's was good. Right now, I can't see anyone else winning but Zach and Millie.
I would
Interesting.
say Zach and Yeaman for me.
Yeah,
Yeaman.
Yeaman's
Do you know what?
great.
Do you know what it was about Zach as well? When he sat down and was like, "It's so easy to talk about you."
Oh,
Some poetry.
I can't do that 'cause I won't get back up.
It's just the little touches. Like, and then like Yeaman saying about Whitney, she just lights up every room that she walks in.
Yeah.
I said, oh
So
my.
nice.
Romance is not dead.
No,
it's
and
right
then
here on
Tommy
Love
as
Island.
well.
And then Tommy.
They're top 3.
Yeah, Tommy.
And
Tommy.
Imani for the girls.
Yes.
Her speech to Connor was
Imani was really
sweet.
good. Yeah.
But again, the Americans coming out with like really swinging.
Do you know what I want to say about Connor and Imani? It's a really good example of that there is somebody for everyone.
Absolutely.
Because in comparison to his relationship with Whitney, you
Yeah.
could see that maybe Whitney was a bit cringed out by him and he just
Yeah.
he didn't have enough girth for
Like
her.
it gave like friend zone.
It gave friend
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
It just wasn't very like sexy.
Exactly.
Imani makes Connor feel really seen.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
she was doing that speech, it didn't feel cringe.
No.
It felt very real. It felt very honest.
And also he needed to hear
He needed
that.
to hear that. He needed to feel seen
Yeah.
and loved by
Yeah.
someone. You know, it was really nice.
I just hope they get the votes because Connor's done Love Island twice now. Never really had much luck with the ladies.
Yeah.
And now he's finally got someone really nice
Yeah.
who really likes him. So I
Yeah.
really hope they get the votes and they stay
Yeah.
in. Well, it's only taken 3 weeks, but we finally have more than about 2 real couples.
Yeah.
It's quite a successful recoupling.
Yeah.
So new, actually romantically linked couples.
Mhm.
We've got Zach and Millie.
Yep.
Yep.
We've got Kira and Curtis. We've got Connor and Imani. We've got Carrington and Helena potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still early days,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you're nice. We've got Kieran and Sammy. We've got Lucinda and Sean. We've got quite
my
a few.
gosh.
We've got quite a few.
Oh, Yeaman and Whitney.
Yeaman and Whitney.
Oh my
We've actually-
gosh.
You know what? We're getting couples.
So wait, we
it's-
only
it's
have
giving
2
week
friendship
7.
couples, right?
2
Yeah.
friendships. We've got Leanne and Tommy, and then we've got Belle and Jack.
And then we got
one-
Cher and Scott.
One you, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a very
Yeah.
successful recoupling.
But you know what? I think we've now finally got to the point where if bombshells start coming in, it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Because after seeing those conversations at the end of last night's episode, it's now giving, if a bombshell comes in and you choose them, you're in trouble.
yeah,
You know, what? Bombshell coming in between Yeaman and Whitney.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not allowed.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Ooh,
mean?
Or Zach and Millie.
Zach and
Yeah.
Millie. Oh no.
Ooh.
We're getting deep now.
We're getting deep.
We're getting deep.
Although we say, it's taken till week 3 and stuff, I still feel like a lot of these couples now are like locked off. As we said before,
Yeah.
Lucinda and Sean have no choice but to be locked off because, otherwise it's hell to pay. But like Zach and Millie, Kieran and Sammy, like Yaman and Whitney, I don't think now anyone could rock them. I mean, look, famous last words. We've seen recouplings in week 7 before on a normal series.
Yeah.
But I do think now the bombshells are going to have to work really, really hard.
Yeah.
And they may not have expected that coming in, like if they come in next week, week 4,
Yeah.
they may not have expected having to work as hard in week 4 as they're going to have to.
Yeah, I agree.
Gosh, I actually don't even want bombshells to go in.
It's going nice. I want to see it
Just
blossom.
lock the front door.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
They can
I just
exit,
wanna-
exit through the fire exit if they need to get out.
Yeah. Like, I just want to see the relationships kind of get a bit more traction. But I guess, that's not what Love Island is.
Yeah.
We've got to test the connections, you know?
What do we think is going to happen now with the vote? Who is at risk?
Sadly, I do think Connor and Imani because I feel like,
Really?
I mean, look, I hope I'm wrong because
Yeah.
I really want to see them blossom. I just think the Americans don't have the fan base here
Agreed.
compared to the Brits.
Agreed.
Connor's been in the bottom a couple of times. He's a lovely guy, but I don't think you'd potentially vote for him over someone else.
And he kind of doesn't have any other connections in the villa, so it's not like we keep him in for someone else. Or, I also think Scott and Cher are in trouble.
Yes.
Because we can only vote for who we know. We don't really know her that well. And then Scott has ruffled feathers a few times. Some people like the way he is, aka me. Other people are like, hey, don't get involved in people's business. You're doing too much. You're stirring the pot. So I think he might be in trouble, which, lesson learned.
As we said earlier, if you're someone who loved Scott and Leanne as a couple, now they've split up, who are you going to vote for? Leanne and King Tommy, the great communicator, who's coming in on his white horse to save the day.
Yeah. Made her feel good.
Are you going to vote for Scott and Cher? Cher, who's stolen Leanne's man, and Scott, who was open to her doing it. Who are you going to vote for out of those two? You're going to vote for Leanne and Tommy.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Unless you're a hopeless romantic like me, and then you vote for Scott so that they secretly get back together and then they live
obviously.
happily ever after and have 4 kids. I don't know. I don't know.
But then
Who
what
said that?
happens if you vote for Scott and then Leanne goes home? That's the thing.
Then it's a love story done.
Don't.
And quite frankly, after all this time, do we really want to see Scott getting on with someone else and creating a new love story?
Gosh. This show stresses me out, actually. I'm not going to lie. I get so invested.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And that is all we have for this morning. Oh, ladies, it's been a dream as
been
always.
amazing.
Sarel, we're nearly at the finish line, but not
no.
yet. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Okay.
Fingers crossed we might actually resolve the bed issue tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Let us know who you think might be at risk and we'll see you same place, same time tomorrow morning. Mwah.